Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way, if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.
Part 2 gang, y'all, let's get it, y'all. Part 2 gang, y'all, let's get it. Like, share, subscribe. Skip, let's go. That junk was crazy, man. It's my word, Father. Ain't nobody gonna bother you no more, Shawty. Man, waiting to sale. It's my word. Josh was like, Josh had a little smirk on his face. He was walking around the park like this with his little car. He was like, worry about that dude, man. This word dude came out, still by himself. He started looking like dude from Belly. Yo, you can get yours, B. You gonna get yours, B. He was just looking stupid in the face. I'm like, I'm just looking at dudes and I'm looking at people's faces in the block. So I come down the steps, I'm pinning people's faces. Everybody, there's a couple dudes smiling like, this junk crazy, man. Dude going to sale that was looking crazy. So everybody like, yo, that's wild, yo. It was like, why dude from the why he trying to put pressure on Rob for like that? I was like, I know he rocked with Fonzo. I done seen him talking to Fonzo. So everybody up by the ice. We waiting for the ice to come because the ice come at a certain time. So everybody up there by the jump with a cooler where the ice be at. So dude was like, man, that's crazy. Yeah, I know he from the Why you acting like you trying to step on bro toes? I'm like, that's crazy, because that's how it's looking. Like, because when you got a situation like this, like somebody from your city that's acting crazy, like it just looks prime hater. Like, I'm telling you, it just looks bad. So like, I felt where bro was coming from, Fonzo. Like, you gotta protect your investment. I dig that. Now, me, I don't move like that, but if he's on that type of time, that's what you have to do. I ain't even gonna lie. But at the same time, now I know Josh is feeling a little like really protected. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he don't have to do nothing. He got the Richmond mob in the par with him on his side. That's a lot of people, man. So while we was standing all over there talking, waiting on the ice, dudes was like, yo, man, that's the oldest trick in the book, man. Y'all fell for that, man. He whispering as he said it now. Dude from Petersburg, Petersburg and Richmond, sometimes they don't get along. You're like, man, that's the oldest trick in the book, bro. Man, y'all ain't never see that, man. I'm like, see what? You're like, man, that's, what you think? You think Fonzo don't mess with him, man? I'm like, yeah. I said, but dude still got to argue with the white dude, bro. I said, he just came out there straight. He was like, man, listen, that's the oldest trick in the book. Trust me. So I'm like, the oldest trick in, I said, oh. So everybody like, man, Weezy, you slow. I'm like, nah, I'm just, you know what I mean? Like, I ain't know, bro. They was like, yeah, bro, like, people were like, Weezy, come on, bro. I'm like, bro, I didn't know, bro. I didn't know what's going on, man. He was like, yeah, man. He was like, now. He was like, bro, that's just how it is, bro. He like, man, like one thing about Fonzo, like Fonzo don't do nothing for free, not even on the street. So a dude from Petersburg saying this, so I'm like, man, so I didn't pay that no mind. He left the breadcrumbs of this situation is about to be on some maniac time slightly, man. So I'm here, I'm like, yo, that's wild. I was like, for real though, man. I ain't, so he peeled off. Ice came, everybody got their ice. I went back up the steps. So I get up the steps, walk by the cell. You know what I mean? Now Josh over here with the white dudes. Josh kicking it with the white dudes. So everything got went good. Like he had got the pack. You know what I mean? Nobody bothered him except that one dude. And it was like he was straight. You know what I mean? Like this isn't the first time I've seen situations like this, by the way. Like you will see situations like this. A guy protecting a guy that we really need. He might not be a punk, but like sometimes like to be able to hustle, man, like people will try somebody that don't feel like have nobody to have their back. And they feel like they're not going to be able to do nothing back. Those are the people that'll be prime, like the prime suspects to get robbed. And people look for these things in prison because there's nothing else to look for. So sometimes what Josh is doing, like you have to move like this. So I was never looking at Josh like Josh was in a way with this, because at the end of the day, like these type of situations can either go good or they can go bad. Like it's going to be one or the other, man. So like for real, I was rooting for Josh because I always wanted the Lala to stay in the pod game, y'all. So boom. I didn't want the La to go nowhere. I want rooting for Josh. I want rooting for Josh to have this jump go down, man. So like Josh straight. You know what I mean? He eat with the Richmond boys. He chilling with the Richmond boys. He go outside. They might call him over there and trick with him real quick. Like he part of the Richmond mob. He meeting millions of Richmond dudes because there's millions of them on a prison compound, every compound. So he's meeting a lot of them. You know what I mean? It's like he was one of the guys, slightly. I ain't gonna put him as one of the dudes from the 804 like that. But he was basically like cool, definitely with Fonzo, and everybody knew this type of stuff, man. So he was definitely protected. But the first time that packet came through, man, bro had went and got a lot of stuff. Now, it's a white dude that messed with another guy in there that messed with Baldhead that be smoking the hardball, that be smoking the hottest chicken that Baldhead be messing with. So he'll come and out sell sometime. Like, and he used to be able to fix stuff. Now, he semi be talking to Josh. So he came and I sell one day, man, and like, we was just in there kicking it. Like, yeah, man, that junk crazy. And I was like, man, how much did Josh go get from the VI? Because he still got la. He was like, oh, he's fixing Baldhead CD play. He was like, oh, he went and got a ton of it, man. I was like, man, you can't get a ton from the VI, man. He was like, I mean, he went and got over 100. I know that. So I'm like, over an ounce. I'm like, that's a lot of la off the balloon game. So dude, like, yeah, man, he still got a grip of it, man. He didn't sell it all. Him and the seller don't sell it all. They sell some of it. So I'm like, man, that's a lot of stuff. So I'm like, that is a good play that Fonzo was in, man. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, like, I can't even be mad about that. So, like, for real, like, Fonzo, you know, like, getting money, like, that's probably in his DNA, like how it is in mine. Like, I like to get money, man. Like, it just come to the great ones like that, man. But at the same time, though, man, like, I was like, look, I'm going to go holler at bro and see if I can put my bid in for the next play. Like, if he coming through with an onion, then I'm trying to spend a 200 ball, y'all. So, boom. I caught Fonzo coming down the steps. He came down the steps. He was like, I was like, hey, bro. He was like, I was like, let me holler at you. He stepped over in the cut. Like, what's up? He was like, what's up? Hey, bro, look. I said, look, I'm trying to spend that 200 ball. What you gonna do for me, bro? Next time y'all strike this weekend, because I know y'all gonna strike this weekend. He was like, oh, yeah. We're gonna strike this weekend. He was like, you got 200. I was like, yeah. He's like, bro, I'll give you 30 spoons for that. I was like, bet. I ain't had to hear no more. I was like, that's definitely a lookout. I said, bro, I need that. He was like, yeah, because I'm glad you gonna have it. For everybody, this won't be worrisome, bro. You know what I mean? He was like, that junk crazy. I was like, but I said, I know you straight though. I said, I know you made some bread. I said, y'all striking like that. I said, I know you made some bread, bro. He was like, I ain't make no bread for real. He was like, I ain't make no bread for real, man. He was like, he made the bread for real, because you know, he be taking care of his people. I was like, yeah, he had told me that. Yeah. I was like, yeah, he be taking care of his mama. He was like, yeah, she the one bringing it. I'm like, yeah, he told me that too. I was like, but look, though, if you ain't making no money, let's get back to that. He was like, I'm saying, like, you know, I'm able to mess with the la, and you know, we got food. But he was like, I basically just hustled everything for him, shorter. Like, I ain't really make no money, man. Like, you know, like, but I don't want him to start thinking that that's how it's gonna be. You know, like, we gotta eat too, shorter. Like, I hope we understand that. So I'm like, bro, you should understand that, bro. I was like, this time around, kind of like, he need to understand that, bro. So like, he was like, oh, I'm a lock, shorter. Like, we sellers, like. So I'm like, yeah, you straight. So he was like, I got you though. So last conversation me and him had, we docked up, went our own way, y'all. So boom. Saturday roll around fast, I promise you. Bro, go to visit again. Bro, come back. Like right when he was about to exit for lunch. It was like, exit for child. We seen him come down the boulevard. I seen probably about 5-6 Richmond dudes hit a U-turn. Promise you. U-turn game on the boulevard. I look back. I still go to child hall though. Word, we go to child hall, come back. Same routine game. Whole pod smell like la. Whole pod lit up. You hear me? It's lit up in there. Everybody smell it. Everybody like, again, they cut us up over here and the Fonzo said, everybody like, that junk crazy. Everybody like, man, that junk stink, bro. Everybody like, yo, it's Lala here. I'm like, yes. I went hop on the wall phone, grab that $200 real quick. Yeah, hey, look, bro, he had it on standby anyway. Let me grab that. I'm finna make me $600 real quick. Put my little $200 back real quick. Profit a 4-ball and still mess with the Lala. Like, I already had program in my mind how I was gonna make this money, man. I was already calculating how I was gonna bust the spoons down on some massive petty stuff, lay low, sell half, sell the other half in the drought season. I already knew how I was gonna do. So I went and got my money because I already knew what time it was. So once they finally emerged from out the sale, you know what I mean? I seen Fonzo. He was like, hey, Weezy, I got you, bro, but hold up, though. Hold up. I was like he had me thinking I was like, because I could smell it, so I know it's in here. So I'm like, I'm ready to tell her, hey, bro, I got the money. But right before I could say that, he was like, hey, Weezy, I got you, bro. Just hold up. I'm like, do one of these jokes. All right. I look up, I see Josh coming down the steps like this. He go sit at the table with the white dudes. He like, there's word, I see dude sit over here. Come over this way. You know what I mean? See him come back this way. Seen bro making moves. I seen Fonzo over this way. Josh ain't making no moves though. Josh sitting at the table looking stupid. He got the stupid face, my word, this stupid, dumb face. His face looking dumb in the he got the dumbest look, kind of like he just sitting there with his coffee mug, like, looking like he looking up at the TV slightly like, And I see the white dudes coming to the table kind of like, you know, they probably, I don't know what they're saying, but I'm assuming they're like, hey, man, what? Got it? Some of them playing with the card deck like, hey, man, you got the la-la. You don't have it? You see Josh like, he still ain't saying nothing. Like, they trying to talk to him. I look up, seeing Fonzo. Somebody say, Fonzo! Somebody wants you at the door. He shoot out his homeboy cell, whole homeboy cell, something like la instant. He shoot over there. He get right over by the door. He say something to him. As he turn back around, he see me. He's like, Weezy, oh, hey, come in the cell, Weezy. Come in the cell. I'm like, what's up? He's like, come in the cell. I was like, your homeboy cell? He's like, yeah. So it's downstairs. I shoot over there. He's like, you got the money? I'm like, yeah. He was like, he got a cell phone. That's why I told you to come in here. He was like, I'm about to take the money now. I'm like, oh, you getting some money now? I said, let's go to you. He was like, what do you mean let's go to me? Yeah, go to me. He was like, yeah, what do you think? I was like, why here? His homeboy got on the phone. He was like, you hear this green dot? He was like, his homeboy was like, yo, let me know if you like this Weezy. I was like, seeing the Feezy, I'm like, I started hitting the Feezy. He down on him. He like, he checked the joint. He was like, all right, everything good, Weezy, everything good. I was like, yo, what's up? He was like, look, I'm about to come out. I was like, man, look, bro. I said, bro, I see you got this joint on Smash Game. I see you about to get some money this time around. He was like, yeah, from here on out, I'm about to get some money. Like, oh, here on out, I'm about to get some money, shorty. Yeah, from here on out, I'm coming over, Weezy. Give me a couple minutes. I'm like, all right. So I shoot out. I go stand by the table. I'm like, man, that junk crazy. So he come out. He like, Weezy, go to your cell. So we go to my cell. Hit the sack, man. I'm like, get up them steps fast. Get to my cell. Get to the joint. He coming right behind me. He was like, here. I was like, this 30 spoons. He was like, yeah, look at him. Start looking at him. He was like, man, I'm still bagging spoons up, shorty. I ain't even bag up all the spoons, shorty. I'm like, for real? He was like, yeah, man. He was like, he got crazy in the cell, shorty. I was like, what you mean? He was like, man, I had to take his pack, shorty. I was like, what? He was like, yeah. He was like, I sat there and waited till he threw up every last balloon till it was all finished, and he put it in his little towel. As soon as he wrapped up in his towel to wash them off, he's like, as soon as he finished washing them off and he tied the balloon, he tied the towel and the balloon was to dry. He said, I said, give me that. I said, what? He's like, I took the whole thing. I said, why though? He was like, cuz he was talking that same from last time stuff. Talking about he need me to hustle for him. We gonna eat good, all that. He said, I took the whole pack. I said, bro, you took his whole pack. Man, he was like, yeah. I said, all right, well, look. I said, look, I'm about to sell this ASAP. I said, look, let me come back and spend another 2. I said, I come back and get another 2. You give me 40 spoons? He was like, I might though, Weezy, because look, I ain't really trying to sell to everybody. But yeah, do that though, Shawty. I got a dip, Shawty. All right, so he definitely slid. So I come out the pod. Boy, he seen me. He was like, you got a John? Yeah. I said, I'm gonna wait though. He was like, why? I said, cuz I'm gonna tell you. You know what I mean? So we chilled right there on the top 10. He was like, boy, it was like, yo, say word. He said, while y'all was up there talking, he was like, yo, Josh was like, he need to holler at you. I was like, what? He was like, yeah, he need to holler at you. So as soon as he say that, I see Fonzo disappear in his homeboy cell back downstairs on the bottom tier. Boom. They couldn't go back up, so they back in there. So when he said that, I'm like, holler at me for what? He was like, I don't know, bro. I think you should holler at him, though. I'm like, holler at him? I was like, man, look, bro. I was like, I already got something in motion. I was like, bro, say, if I get rid of this quick, he can give me 40 spoons for another 200. I was like, bro, I might just rock with bro. He was like, yeah, but look, hear him out, though. I'm like, all right, time to come to the cell. So I went back in the cell. I mean, I hear a knock at the door. I see a little skinny white arm. Like, yo, Josh. He like, hey, you do me a favor? I'm like, what? He was like, yeah, you can sell me some of that la-la. I'm like, sell you some la-la? I'm acting like I don't know what's going on. I'm like, sell you some la-la? What you mean sell you some la-la? He was like, man, I ain't got none. I was like, bro, how you don't got no la-la? And it's Saturday for one. It's Saturday. I said, then you go to visit room? He was like, I said, bro, didn't you go to visit room, bro? He was like, I said, well, how you don't got no la-la, bro? He was like, cuz my Sully got the la-la. I said, yo, Sully got the la-la. He said, you know he got the la-la, Weezy. I said, man, look, he said, man, sell me some of that la-la. I know he sold you some, Weezy. I was like, man, I didn't know you didn't have none. I said, I was about to come at you for some free shit like you gave me last time. He was like, nah, I need some free shit. I was like, man, that's crazy. I said, what you need, bro? Pause, man. I'm like, what's up, bro? He was like, man, just throw me a spoon, bro. I was like, man, here, bro. I threw him a spoon, you know what I mean? I had to. I felt bad, man. I felt Josh didn't have nothing. The man didn't even have his spoon. He done went over there to the visitor room, swallowed all those balloons, man, and they ain't get nothing out the deal, y'all. So boom. But this is what happens, like, when you start paying wolves for protection. Sometimes the wolves turn on you. Like, this is how I go. You know what I mean? Now, this can be a good thing. This can be a bad thing. There's a couple of options that he has. And I wasn't going to alert him about the options. Like, I was just listening to him acting like I'm green because me and bro already got a deal that's installed already. So I'm not messing it up for him or nobody. But he only has a couple of options, man. He can either stay and keep living good and switch jobs. That's basically what Fonzo did. He switched jobs with him. He let him be the guy that's gonna be able to mess with the Lala anytime he wants to, got food to eat and all of that. And Fonzo was the one making the money. Usually that was his job, but he switched jobs. So he can either stay in the pod and go through that, or he can check in and hopefully start over again. And if he ever gets to the sack again, the Richmond boy is gonna be on his heels in every pod. So it's not really an easy choice right about now for him, man. But I just think if you're going to play chess with wolves, you better know how to feed them the right type of food, y'all. So boom. And if you're not feeding them right, that's the number one thing that make a wolf change. That'll make a wolf change on you fast when you're not feeding them right, man. So he started off wrong, being green, thinking this is Pittsburgh, this is Virginia, people from out of town. You already somebody that they looking at it like you're a steak. They waiting to eat you, man. Pause. And that's what they doing, man. And that's what they doing. So I felt bad and I threw him a joint. I threw him a spoon. I ain't gonna lie. He took the spoon. He was like, thank you, man. He dipped out. He dipped out. He ain't talk me to death about the situation. He ain't talk a whole lot about what's going on. The man just left the sale. He dipped out. I was like, yo, that's crazy. That's crazy. Boy, yeah, come back here. He was like, what's up? I'm like, yo, say word. I said, damn, what I was about to tell you though. I said, man, he came in and asked, can he borrow some weed? Boy, it was like, borrow some weed. He said, I thought he was talking about selling you some weed, bro. I said, no. The man asked, can he borrow some weed, bro? I said, man, long story short, I said, Fonzo took the whole pack. He was like, man, go ahead, man. I said, man, Fonzo took the whole pack. Fonzo said he took the man whole pack and getting shit. So Fonzo got to work, bro. He was like, man, that's crazy. He said he gonna make more, bro. He gonna make dude check in. I was like, man, I don't think Fonzo give a fuck if he check in or not. To be honest with you, man, I was like, I don't really think that he gives a fuck, man. Like for real. Like, so shit was crazy, man. So that shit was just like just imagine that situation. Just imagine seeing somebody in a situation like that, bro. Like he just went over to the VI. You know what I mean? Looked out for his roommate, the whole Richmond, got them eating, got them winning, got them getting their names called, like they in the spotlight, getting to the money. He did that for them, man. They turned around and got him. Now, Fonzo's reasons of getting him was probably because they won't eat. Just like what dudes say, pay the for, we ain't eating. And that was probably the reason why Fonzo got his dumb ass, y'all. So boom. Matter of fact, that was the main reason Fonzo got him, because I really think Fonzo could be a good warrior for somebody that he got to protect. You know what I mean? When you're in a situation like that. Like, so he probably was like, man, fuck that shit, shawty. He come back through with an ounce of change. I'm taking that shit. Fuck it. I don't give a fuck if you don't bring it no more than that. And some people look at it like that, man. It's a free ounce and a half. You can carry your ass. So I don't know what conversation he had when it was time for lockdown. You know what I mean? I don't know what conversation it was, man. But all I know is when count had cleared, kind of like Josh had kind of stormed out. Josh stormed out the cell. So when he stormed out the cell, he come down the steps all fast. So that's when I come out my cell and I see Josh dipping out ASAP. So he run to the phone. So he get on the wall phone. And I hear Fonzo come to the joint. Was like, well, yeah, look, if you don't want to fuck with me no more then, bro, you ain't got to stay in this room then, shawty. Goddamn it, go tell the people you want to fucking move, nigga. The fuck around with you. You ain't got to stay in the cell, shawty. He got me fucked up, bro. Goddamn, some boys was like, what's up? He like, hey, you come in here fucking crying. I don't want to hear that shit. Yeah, it's too late to cry. You won't think about none of that shit when you was carrying me, shawty. When I asked you again what was going on, you still was trying to carry me, shawty. Fuck you. Fight, nigga. Fight. I'm like, oh, shit. Josh like this on the phone. Josh like, you on the jack. I'm like, man, oh, shit. Like, that shit crazy, man. Niggas coming out. Niggas from my way like, yo, what the fuck going on? I'm like, yo, niggas ain't got down. You know what I mean? Took bro shit. You know what I mean? And took his shit, man. Like, what? You know what I mean? Some niggas was like, what? Like, yeah. He was like, who? I'm like, roommate. Nigga like, damn. You know what I mean? I was like, yo, that shit crazy. Niggas was like, damn, I wish I would have done it before him. They like, dude, the bitch. I know. I'm like, man, look, nah, bro. I was like, man, Fonzo had his reasons for doing it. I was like, but still, though, I was like, look at him there. I was like, he probably check in. You know what I mean? I was like, nigga probably check in. So nigga Fonzo was like, yeah, nigga, Fonzo still on the top tier talking shit. Man, nigga, fuck, you get the fuck out my cell, shawty, da. He just going in. Josh hit the phone up. Josh just got sat at the table. Josh went to sit at the table, got down the other dude from Richmond. This shit was crazy funny. The dude got down who he screamed on his homeboy from Richmond. He was like, he came out of nowhere. He was like, hey, Fonzo. He was standing on the bottom. He was like, hey, Fonzo, you trying to tell me this motherfucker free food now? That's what you trying to tell me? Fonzo was like, it took Fonzo a second to think about this because like he made sure he had the answer right. Because if you carrying a game of extortion or just beating a nigga out of his shit, you want to keep the situation going. So the best thing you can do is kind of soften the blow what's going on. Fonzo was like, nah, don't fuck with him. I'm the only nigga that can put hands on him, shorty. Y'all hear me? I'm the only one that can put hands on him, shorty. Josh looked back like, kind of like, you know what I mean? Gave him a little bit more comfort because he probably already had pissed his roommate off, probably talking about what had happened. You know what I mean? While they was on lockdown. So nigga Fonzo was like, ain't nobody putting their hands on him but me. Fuck him. Fuck that shit. Straight up. Straight up. Straight up. He was like, matter of fact, Josh, come here, Josh. Come here, Josh. Josh looked at him like, just kept sitting at the table. You know what I mean? He was like, all right, bet. All right, bet. Don't bring your ass back in the cell then. Don't bring your ass back in the cell. Fonzo went in the cell. His word Josh sat at the table, man. Like, he thought about everything, man. Like, everything that's flashed before his eyes. Kind of like, man, like, should I stay in this cell? Should I check in? I already knew this was all he was thinking. Why I didn't mess with Weezy. Like, I knew you was thinking that too, because I wouldn't have put you through all of this. Like, I would have schooled you from the beginning of how this is going to go. I get my contract written out in the beginning. I never do blind drops, man, because stuff like this can happen, y'all. So, boom. So now he just looking stupid at what he should do, man. But I know for a fact this guy loves the la-la. Your roommate got the la-la, which is your la-la. So I know he don't want to go to the hole. I know he don't want to go to the hole. And he knows if he go to the hole, he can't strike no more. If he can't strike no more in the pod, to be honest with you. If he go to another pod, like some of the Richmond boys found out they got it, they coming to get it. They coming to get it from him, man. So he was just like in a position where, like, I just saw his face that just looked stupid, man. He had the dumbest look in America. He had his dumbest look in America. They said, exit out for child. It was child time. Everybody dip out. Look up, see the Richmond boys coming down the steps. I seen yacht down. Fonzo was like, came down the steps. He was like, walked by and gritted on his ass. Goddamn, niggas went out. Niggas went out. This word. Goddamn, I ain't go. I was out in the hallway talking to my homeboy for a minute, telling him about everything that's going on in this bitch. That's word. I was out there trying, hey, bro, this shit crazy. Niggas got down. You know what I mean? But I was like, look, though, bro, I got the la-la, though. So, you know what I mean? So that's why I really went out there to tell my man, look, no. I got this, you know what I mean? Hit my man off, whatever. So I'm out there telling about that shit. So the lady tell me go in. So I step in the pod. I see Josh. Josh still sitting at the table. He just sitting there looking stupid. All his homeboys went to eat. I walk in. I'm about to go up the steps. He was like, hey, Weezy. I was like, what's up? He was like, hey, man, he got up. I was like, what's up, bro? I'm busy. He was like, busy selling my shit. I was like, man, go out and bought this shit. What the fuck you talking about? He was like, oh, fucking with you, man. He was like, shh, I don't know what the fuck you do, though, man. What you think I should do? I said, what you mean I think I should do? He said, I'm not trying to leave Lawrenceville, man. I'm like, yeah, he had a point there, y'all. Like he can't, like, bro, you sacrificing Lawrenceville if you want to go to the hole, or, bro, you're not going to be able to come out nowhere. You know what I mean? So he like, I don't want to leave Lawrenceville, but I just felt like I got under the wrong crew. I'm like, shh. I mean, you know, I ain't want to throw salt on the Richmond boys, you know what I mean? I'm like, man, I mean, you made your choice, bro. You know what I mean? He was like, shh, you think I can get another spoon? I'm like, bro, listen, you in the cell with the weed man. I said, man, toughen up, man. Go get you some weed, man. He was like, I mean, yeah, he's going to look out for me, man. Like, you know, just never had nobody do that to me before, man. So, like, I was like, man, shit, bro. Like, shit happens, bro. You know what I mean? I was like, you good, though? He was like, yeah. I went back up the steps. I holler back, y'all. So, boom, I did. You know what I mean? It taught me to death. I had Fonzo and the Richmond boys saying, hey, what Weezy talking to him about? No! You know, Fonzo is the plug. Like, I'm trying to get another 40 ball out of him, you hear me? So I ain't messing that up. I dip on him. So he go back to the table, and I guess he just pondered on everything that was going on. He pondered on everything that was going on, man. He just thought about everything. And he just was probably like, fuck it. So it was time for lockdown. Word, we locked down. I was looking to see what he was going to do. I'm on the tail just looking. He going to sell. We locked down for lockdown. When we come back out for lockdown, man, I promise you, man, I'm going to get in the shower and come out. I mean, towel over my junk, you know what I mean? I look over at the table. I see like 4 Richmond dudes, they over there drunk. I just see like I can see their backs, you know what I mean? Because they had the table right there. They all right there. I see the food. Everybody getting stuff like they about to make a meal. They like boom, 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 boom. Everybody, I see Fonzo over there jump. Like he crushing the soup up right there. Boom, boom, boom. Everybody getting the food right. And then it was like I couldn't see, so I'm coming down the steps like this. I'm like, I I looked to my right. When I looked, after they kind of cleared out from the table, I just seen Josh at the table with a turkey sausage. He was like,
get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes.